Have you ever seen something get stronger when it's under attack? It's a pretty rare thing, but today we're going to look at a fascinating case study from the Plazm protocol. Over a recent 4-day period, it faced a massive market challenge, and honestly, the results were not what you'd think. The data showed us something incredible about how this system is actually built.
Okay, before we dive into the numbers, you know the drill. This is all for educational and informational purposes. It is not financial advice, so please always do your own research. So here's the big puzzle we're going to unpack today. Between day 62 and day 65, the market price for Plazm took a nosedive, dropping a crazy 47%. Now, normally, you'd think, okay, that's bad news, right? Red alerts everywhere. But, and this is the wild part, at the exact same time, every single important metric under the hood, the actual fundamentals of the protocol, got stronger. That's not just a small detail, it's a total contradiction that really gets to the core of how this thing works. So, how is that even possible? How can something that looks like a complete disaster on the price chart actually make the protocol stronger from the inside out? Well, that's exactly the question we're going to answer. Let's dig into the data, step by step. All right, section 1. Let's kick things off with maybe the most dramatic part of this whole thing, the relationship between the floor prices and the market price. Because during this crash, these two things were telling completely opposite stories. So check this out. Look at the journey of the base floor, that guaranteed safety net price. On day 62, it's sitting at 22 cents. It holds strong through day 63. And then, right in the middle of all the chaos, it jumps 23% to 27 cents. The next day, another 22% jump to end at 33 cents. I mean, it didn't just sit there. It was actively climbing, building a bigger and bigger safety net for everyone. So what you're seeing here is this massive split. On one side, you've got the market price, which fell 47%. And on the other, you've got the base floor, which, get this, went up by 50%. They were literally moving in opposite directions. This is the system's engine, just doing its job, exactly like it's supposed to when things get crazy.
Okay, so why did the floor go up? What was the magic here? Well, it's not magic, it's a 3-part machine. First, holders showed they were confident by staking more tokens, pulling them off the market. Second, the protocol's burn function went into overdrive, just permanently destroying tokens. And third, the buy and build mechanic kept on pumping in fresh liquidity. Look, when you're taking tokens off the market and literally destroying them faster than liquidity is going out the door, the floor has no choice but to go up. It's just pure mechanics.
All right, next up, section 2. And it wasn't just about the floor price. What the holders themselves were doing, well, that tells a whole other story about conviction. I mean, just look at this number right here. While the price was tanking 47%, the total amount of Plazm staked went up by 25%. That's over 16,000 more tokens locked into the protocol. That is not what panic selling looks like. That is the literal opposite. It shows people believed in the system and they weren't going anywhere. And it wasn't just the OGs sticking around either. The system saw 110 million new shares created. That means brand new people were coming in and opening up long-term stakes. People were actually buying in during the chaos. Now, this next point, honestly, I think this is the most mind-blowing piece of data from this whole thing. You know the USDC pools, right? The big pot of money that's there to defend the floor? Well, it grew every single day for 4 straight days during the crash. This is the perpetual defense thesis playing out right in front of our eyes. Basically, the protocol's engine was making money faster than it had to spend on defense. Think about that. Even when the system was under maximum attack, it was still cash flow positive. It earned more than it spent. That's a huge proof point for its long-term health. And this strength wasn't just a fluke. It came from all over. The yield engine brought in almost $1,700. The protocol burned over 2,300 tokens, gone forever, and 33 new bonds got snapped up. The whole machine was just humming along, doing exactly what it was built for. Okay, section 3, the verdict. So we've seen the floors go up, we've seen people staking more, and we've seen the defense pools grow. Let's put it all together. What's the final score on this stress test? And here it is, the anti-fragile scorecard. Base floor up 50%? You bet, check. Staking up 25%? Yep, check. Burns? Check. USDC pools growing daily? Check. Positive yield? Check. New shares created? A big check. I mean, look at that. Every single important measure of health got better, while the price on the outside was falling apart. And this is what it means to be anti-fragile.
It's not just about surviving a punch. It's about taking that punch and actually getting stronger from it. This isn't some theory in a white paper, okay? This is the real deal. This is real-world data from 4 straight days of intense pressure.
All right, section 4. So what's the big takeaway here? Why does all of this matter right now? Well, let's look at what's coming up next for the protocol.
Day 78 is just around the corner, only 13 days left, and the protocol is heading into this crucial period way, way stronger. The base floors are 50% higher than before the crash even started. The selling pressure, it's down 70% from where it was at its worst. The bottom line, the protocol got tougher because it went through that fire, not in spite of it.
And you know, this whole analysis really boils down to one simple but powerful idea. The price you see on a chart, that could be noise. It's temporary, it's chaotic. But the mechanics, the math that runs the system, that stuff is permanent. And what these last 4 days just proved, beyond a doubt, is that those mechanics, they are built to last.